Captain Forrest here. In today's video, I'm going to be going over why All Might versus Homelander is not close. If you guys are new to my channel, please leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for further content. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and summarize both of these combatants, go over their stats and abilities, and then near the end of the video, I'm going to give my thoughts on who I think wins more often than not. So, in order to establish where All Might would range in terms of attack potency and speed, we must address some things. A hero called Kathleen, aka Stars and Stripes, performs a devastating feat where 10 missiles were used in order to dispatch of Shigaraki and the high-end Nomus. This feat was calced around the 902 teratons, aka continent level. This all comes full circle as Stars and Stripes states that she cannot conjure up super strength on All Might's level. So, if you use her statement, we can upscale All Might to this feat. Now, it's kind of tricky to understand whether she was referring to Prime or Outer Prime All Might. However, we are all aware of the fight that took place where All Might did battle with a Nomu, where All Might states it would have taken 5 hits in his heyday in comparison to the 300 hits it took to defeat the Nomu, showcasing that Prime All Might is 60 times stronger than Out of Prime All Might. So if we include all of this, Prime All Might would range around the 540 petatons, aka multi-continental, which is very impressive. So that's going to round up All Might's AP. I'm going to move on, talk about speed. As for speed, All Might would easily scale above the weaker UA students. Characters like Mina, who can react to Ayama's laser beam, which was calced around the 70% the speed of light, and you can also take it higher as Invisible Girl reacts to Ayama's laser beam, which was calced around the 1.81 times the speed of light, aka FTL, and easily All Might would scale above all of this, or scale to it at least. Now, that's going to round up stats. Going to talk a little bit about All Might's power. Now, as the user of One for All, it grants him some resistances. It also grants All Might superhuman speed and power. It allows him to store and stockpile energy in order to output more power into his attacks for devastating results. He can create concussive blasts of air with his punches too. He has his own signature techniques named after states called California Smash, Texas Smash, Nebraska Smash, Carolina Smash, Missouri Smash, New Hampshire Smash, Detroit Smash, Oklahoma Smash, and the iconic United States of Smash. Lastly, All Might is powerful as he is skilled. He's able to defeat All For One, who has 100 years of experience on him, which is very impressive. With the face of a movie star and the power of a god, Homelander is considered the greatest superhero alive and the leader of the Seven. Not only can he fly, but he also has superpowers and super strength and super hearing, and he can also see through almost anything except sync with his X-ray vision and then destroy it with his laser eyes. On the surface, he's affable, modest, and sincere, the ultimate Boy Scout, an American treasure, a God-fearing patriot, and just like mere mortals, even superheroes have secrets. Homelander was born sometime in spring of 1981 from the semen of Soldier Boy, America's first and greatest superhero and an unknown egg donor. Homelander was raised like a lab rat in a facility to keep others safe from his powers. The people in charge eventually regretted that he did not have a family to care for him. As an adult and loved superhero, he would act modestly with extraordinary righteousness and amiability towards others. A facade he would either hate or sadistically enjoy, especially when he used on people who knew his true colors. Homelander enjoys being able to do anything that he wants and feels secretly lonely due to being superior to everyone else. As a self-proclaimed god, he would develop a toxic relationship with Madeline Stillwell, an older woman than himself, who was the vice president of Vought International, the company that owned the Seven. She seduced Homelander in a sexual manner by playing mother to him and managed to be the only person Homelander cared about, corrupting him even further by forcing him to maintain perfect standards, manipulating and lying to him in ways that didn't go unnoticed, ultimately resulting in Homelander killing her. Right afterwards, Homelander would have a new person he would seem to care about, a son he had with a woman that he raped 8 years ago. Homelander would now seek his approval while trying to raise him in his image. I think it's time to move on down the line and talk about the strength and attack potency that Homelander brings to the table. For starters, Homelander can toss a fully grown man with one arm with no effort. We've seen this guy easily throw a baseball a massive distance. Homelander is vastly superior to Starlight, whose skin cannot be pierced by 50 caliber bullets. Madeline stated
that there isn't a weapon on Earth that they haven't thrown at Homelander, and they have all failed. Homelander unfortunately scales above Soldier Boy. Keep in mind though, Soldier Boy is more comparable to Homelander than somebody like Starlight is. In fact, Soldier Boy is stated to be the only one that was nearly as strong as Homelander. When Soldier Boy was still believed to be dead, Billy stated it had to have been a H-bomb that took him out. Homelander told Starlight that he will wipe New York off the map for fun. He goes on to say he'll even throw in the town that Queen Maeve is from, because why not?
Now, if we take Homelander's statement at face value and actually go off the assumption that Homelander would completely wipe New York within seconds, like just casually, then if we use the generalized calc for destroying New York, Homelander would be in the city level ranges to mountain, possibly higher. So that's where his AP would pretty much range as a safe side, pretty much just a safe assumption, and with the calc to help it out. So AP wise, Homelander would pretty much range around city to mountain level.
Moving on to speed, Homelander casually flew at Mach 1.5 when looking for translucent. The dude is easily faster than a passenger's jet and F-16s. Heck, he broke the sound barrier as a child. Homelander has light speed attacks thanks to his laser eyes. Homelander is fast enough to keep up with Soldier Boy and is likely faster than him overall. Soldier Boy is fast enough to block Billy's laser eyes before they hit him. This means Soldier Boy is around 68.3% the speed of light, and Homelander scales to this. Huge shout out and thanks to Corimbus for calculating this speed feat. Homelander is a skilled manipulator and has managed to hide all of his crimes from the public for a long time. On top of this, Homelander isn't inherently lacking when it comes to hand-to-hand combat and skill. He outclasses the Deep and A-Train in this regard, and while he's not completely on Queen Maeve's level in terms of hand-to-hand skill, he's capable of holding his own with her to some degree. Queen Maeve is highly skilled in the art of hand-to-hand combat and martial arts in general. So that's going to round up both these combatants. I'm going to go ahead and give my thoughts on who I think wins more often than not in a crossverse situation.
So it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to break it down pretty briefly, pretty smoothly, because there's not really much to kind of go over. Now, it's pretty evident that All Might would pretty much win by a landslide. He'd one-shot Homelander, no difficulty. So even if we use the Homelander calc, obviously just as a rough estimate of how much potency, how much power it would take to actually destroy or wipe out New York, like city level to mountain level, All Might can perform those feats casually, like extremely casually, like wouldn't even have to try type of casual. Whereas that is literally currently what we see of Homelander's extent. So, and with more showings of All Might performing more feats and just more scaling and more statements to solidify and show us the fact that All Might is actually very powerful, you know, getting into easily the continental, multi-continental ranges. We have multipliers for him, and we have a clear-cut quantification of where All Might would range. The gap is quite astronomical, so it would be a very fat one-shot. Now, speed, easily All Might would speed blitz. All Might easily has, you know, FTL reaction speed, scales above the likes of Homelander in speed. Homelander, at best, relativistic, possibly relativistic plus speeds. That's still way too slow. The gap is that huge. So, even when it comes to Homelander's other assets, his heat vision and trying to use other tactics, it won't really come into play. It's just the potency isn't there. All Might would literally just like dart in and pretty much punch Homelander in his face and send him flying. So more often than not, I gotta give victory to All Might by landslide. It's a one shot. Like, All Might is just way too powerful, way too fast, and he's just far too superior, has bare feats in comparison to Homelander. But anyway, that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for further content. It's been real. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.